On the spot news media, we got the latest news. We don't care about the views, we just representing right. Put local news internationally every night. On the spot, wave that Jamaican flag from left to right. Let's get it right, y'all know the type. We ain't dealing with the hype, we make it take flight.
Yeah, man, my viewers and subscribers, what go on. A blessed and wonderful Thursday morning to each and every person out there tuning into On The Spot News Media. Now, my peeps, you don't know how we do it over on this side each and every morning. We have to give thanks and praise to the Most High Creator for the preservation of life, because life is indeed the greatest. So in the morning, my peeps, I have a few stories to share with you, the regular members of Chan Public and also members of the diaspora. So please like the video, share the videos, watch the entire vlog so you can get a full understanding and a better appreciation of everything we're going in Jamaica. So watch this now, my peeps, in the morning, yeah. We're going to kick it off like this, where the Ministry of Education has directed that all schools be closed for face-to-face classes on Thursday as Jamaica prepares for the passage of a tropical storm which will be upgraded to a hurricane very soon, Melissa. So the ministry advised that all schools transition to remote learning out of an abundance of caution due to the expected effects of this storm. Now, where remote learning is not possible, the ministry urged schools to prepare take-home worksheets and other at-home learning activities to ensure learning continues. Now, the police said that them very prepared for the passage of Hurricane Melissa. Now, the police high command has instructed its commanders across the island to implement the necessary security measures to protect life and property in the coming days as Jamaica braces for Tropical Storm Melissa. Now, Assistant Commissioner of Police, that's Michael Phipps, head of Area 4 Police, stated that he and his team has been meeting with the various stakeholders to ensure the safety of residents in the corporate area. So we're going to hear from Assistant Commissioner of Police Michael Phipps as he weighs in as Jamaica braces for another hurricane. Boy, may I tell you, my peeps, the thing rough, but anyway, listen.
All divisions have been directed to activate our hurricane preparedness standing orders, and we will, as a part of the process, do an urgent audit of our hurricane supplies at all our divisional headquarters stores. And we will have to make requests for additional supplies as is deemed necessary. In the meantime, we are in dialogue with our stakeholders, which of course includes the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation, and of course all other relevant persons, including our shelter managers across all divisions. So we are fully prepared and will be ready to provide policing services and otherwise should there be a hurricane.
Now the next thing that we're going to talk about, my peeps, is that the Minister of Local Government and Community Development, that's Desmond McKenzie, is appealing to residents of Port Royal to cooperate with the authorities if the need for relocation arises. We know how the Port Royal people are stubborn, Them would have rather turn over there and drown before they left them place. Boy, may I tell you. But we're going to hear from Desmond McKenzie, Minister of Local Government and Community Development, as he weighs in. Now listen.
I'm making a special appeal to the people in Port Royal. If we are impacted by this event, it is going to be important that the community of Port Royal make arrangements when we provide the requisite transportation for them to be relocated to shelters that they comply. I'll be speaking with the Member of Parliament, Philip Powell, because it is an area that is of grave concern to us because we have not been getting the kind of cooperation that is required from the residents in Port Royal whenever there is an event.
Port Royal is low-lying, so it is subject to significant flooding. We pray a lot about Port Royal because we know that many of our people are just not leaving over there. But we are going to make sure that the centers are going to be in place and transportation to have people move to these centers once we can get them to go.
Are there any centers or shelter in Port Royal?
No, because the entire area
Exactly.
is low-lying.
Yeah.
You can't have shelters there, so we have had to move people out. The arena sometimes, or Windward Road, the primary school. So yes, it is some distance from their homes. So that's why people have been very, very reticent in leaving.
So the voice in the latter part of that clip is Member of Parliament for East Kingston and Port Royal, that's Philip Paulwell, speaking on Nationwide with Cliff Hughes. So I just hope that the persons take heed, even though I do understand the people them no want left because them fearful. Say as them pack up and leave, even when they lock up them place, criminal elements are go in there, go loot. Boy, may I tell you, it's rough, but let us continue to pray. Now, in this morning's set of stories, I could kick it off like this. Now, over there in St. Thomas, right along Yallas Main Road, right across from the Blocks Hardware, a fatal knockings and clappings going over there yesterday. Now, the man in question will last fame life has since been identified as Chevelle Clayton, 35 years old. We get to understand him come from around a Catholic lane in a Yallas, St. Thomas. He was taken out in a hail of bullets by armed criminal elements whilst standing at a bar. The St. Thomas police is presently investigating. And still in the St. Thomas Police Division, but this time out of 11 miles in a Bull Bay, right there so. The police then put on a decent spot of work. They seized a firearm and ammunition. It is stated that the firearm is said to be a 9mm pistol along with 34 assorted rounds of ammunition to include 20 5.56 cartridges, 3.45 cartridges, and 11.38 cartridges. The police stated that no one was arrested in connection with that particular find. Now the next thing that we're going to talk about, my peeps, is coming out of the Portland Police Division. Right round a Sanson, they say in an anchovy, a place where them call Nymph. The police them seize an illegal weapon. The police stated that the weapon in question is said to be an air rifle along with a scope affix. It was seized by the police during a targeted raid. A man identified as Joseph Chin, 54 years old, a businessman of Nymph Anchovy, Port Antonio, Portland, was taken into custody in relation to that particular seizure. And now over there in the neighboring police division of the St. Mary Police Division, right around Anatoby, right along Anatoby Main Road, a place known as Crooked River, round there going bad from what area. The police seized an illegal firearm and ammunition. The firearm in question is said to be a 9mm Sig Sauer pistol, affixed with a magazine containing 13 live 9mm cartridges. It was seized during what the police describe as a major operation. 2 males and a female were taken into custody. The police is presently investigating. And still in the St. Mary Police Division, but this time over there in Orokobesa, a place known as Days Mountain. Another fatal chopping going round there. Now the man who was on the receiving end of them fatal chop wounds there has since been identified as 61-year-old Anthony Spencer, but them call him Shine in our streets, said to be a resident of Days Mountain. The police stated that he lost his life because of the repeated use of a machete to inflict several wounds all over his body. The police stated that they have no leads at this time surrounding his loss of life. Now over there in the Kingston Western Police Division, in the Admiral Town policing area, right round a Lincoln Avenue there, so, a man end up losing 3 pints. Now the man is a big enough man, said to be about 59 years old. His birth name is Vernon Sinclair, but them call him PNP in our streets. Now we get to understand say some long-standing issue are going with this brother, you know. Because some time ago, criminal elements would have murdered him son. So him definitely have a certain set of criminal elements in our place, namely the Bird Nation man them, because it is stated say a Bird Nation man them clap with him son. Now him get caught in a rock and a hard place because the man them a tell himself to pick a side and stay upon it. Is either him pick Bird Nation or him pick William Road man them. And him decide say hands down him cannot be on the side of the man them we slap with him son, but neither is he on the William Road side either. So we get to understand say some little man come circle him and name him food and broke the plate. We get 2 names of the criminal elements them who might have carried out this brazen fatal knockings and clappings. And the names are as follows. We are talking about a criminal element known as Shockwayne and him criminal accomplice known as Marlon. The same Marlon when we are talking about, a female mother, did end up lose 3 pints on Anthony Road, and him end up lose some brothers in the war also. So it is quite shocking and surprising to many that Marlon would have got pick up the badness and start knock it and clap it. More so for even take a man 3 pints. Boy, me I tell my peeps, the thing rough. Now the next thing that we're gonna talk about, you know, my peeps, is that the gangster for life, him son, literally, I live what him sing about. Yeah, man. So Dante Brooks, presently on your screen, said to be the son of dancehall superstar Mavado, David Brooks, is presently behind bars again. Now he has been charged by the police with gun-related offenses. He was charged yesterday with assault at common law, unlawful wounding, possession of a prohibited weapon, and using a prohibited weapon to commit a scheduled offense. Now, for those who do not understand the difference between assault at common law and common assault, they may sound alike but 2 totally different things. As common assault, what the Jamaicans love to use in a them terminologies, is like if somebody spit by you, that crime would be considered as a common assault. It would be considered as a misdemeanor in the courts. But when it comes on to assault at common law, that's a whole different ball game. Now, in relation to Dante's charge, that would mean that he pointed a firearm at a person within striking distance. So that is what the term assault at common law would mean, making reference to the charges related to Dante Brooks. Now, sources close to the investigation would have stated that Dante Brooks is also being investigated for another firearm-related crime. The current charges stemmed from an incident in Cassava Peace in St. Andrew in the vicinity of Pandegaza on July 12 about 9:30 p.m. Dante Brooks was freed in March of this year after the Court of Appeal overturned his 2021 conviction for the fatal knockings and clappings of Lorenzo Thomas. His co-accused Andre Hines was also freed. Prosecutors had led evidence that Brooks and Hines were among 5 men who entered a home and can up Thomas before pushing his father into another room. That particular knockings and clappings took place in Cassava Peace on the 5th of June 2018. Mavado, whose given name is David Brooks, also returned to the island just last week. And this is after a 7-year stint away from the island, whilst a warrant for his arrest languished. Now, a day after his return, the dancehall entertainer met with police and the warrant was vacated. But his son is living in the shadows of his music. Gangsta for life. Anyway, boy, may I tell you, the thing rough. That's why I tell a man say, you know, people may say music have no effect on ones and ones. And even those bright scholars who speaks that utter rubbish, them know better. But them just do that. Forget the cheap popularity because they know how Jamaicans love to party. Boy, may I tell you. But now Mavado is living the harsh and sad reality. Now the next thing that we are going to talk about is still in the parish of St. Andrew, where this 20-year-old man was fatally taken out by the police on a Tuesday during what the police alleged to be an armed confrontation with them. It took place in a top Maryland district in St. Andrew. Now, the man in question has since been identified as Shamar Fletcher, said to be a resident of the community. It is reported that sometime around 3 a.m., members of the St. Andrew North Police Division were conducting an operation in Top Maryland in Gardentown. It is stated that they encountered a group of heavily armed men. This led to a brazen and running gun battle. Now, following the knockings and clappings, Fletcher was found suffering from a portion of wounds. He was, however, transported to the nearby hospital, where he lost his life whilst undergoing treatment Tuesday night. The Independent Commission of Investigations is presently probing that particular incident. But residents and family members are refuting the claims of the police, stated that the now deceased man, Shamar Fletcher, is innocent and the police them come round there and murder him in a cold blood. Boy, me I tell you my peeps, the thing rough, the knockings and clappings continues. Now the next thing that we're going to talk about, my peeps, is coming out of the Trelawny Police Division. A place known as Wakesfield, right in a Hastings there, sir, at D-side. And knockings and clappings go on around there. Yeah, man. It took place in the wee hours of this morning. Now, a female, with them call Leonie, end up get can up round there. It is stated that she and another man, identified as Sakim, get can up. Now, both are said to be from D-side in Trelawny, and they were conned up by persons where people are say, boy, them never know them man there, and they were just standing right beside their home when the brutal onslaught took place. Now, we are not for sure who was the intended target and why they were targeted in the first place. But On The Spot News Media will most definitely be keeping tabs on this one and update you subsequently. Now, the last thing that we're going to talk about, my peeps, is coming out of the Hanover Police Division, right around a Green Island, there, so right at Lucy Market. The police, them clap with another criminal element. Well, at least, so they say. Now, the man in question is still unidentified at the moment, but he was taken out in a hail of bullets when he attacked a police with a knife. Now, if this is true, youths and youths, you cannot bring a knife come a gun war. So the man in question was then transported to the Noel Holmes Hospital for treatment, where he subsequently succumbed to his injury. Now the Independent Commission of Investigation was informed and they are presently probing that police fatal knockings and clappings. Boy, me I tell my peeps. The thing rough, but anyway, remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned to On The Spot News Media as I continue to bring you fresh news and updates in subsequent newscast. On The Spot News Media. Yeah, man.